This class is another very important topic. This is all about earthquakes and how to stay safe during an earthquake. So first, what is an earthquake? Why do they happen? So our planet, Earth, has an outer crust. It is made of big pieces of rock. These are called tectonic plates, okay? But they're big pieces of rock. And the plates, the rocks, sometimes they bump into each other. And when they do this, a lot of energy can build up and they can slide. When the rocks slide, it makes everything shake for us. And it releases a lot of energy. That's what causes everything to move around. We measure earthquakes with something called the Richter scale. And this is a way to measure the strength of earthquakes. It can be a number from 0 up to 10. And every whole number, so if it goes from 1 to 2, or 2 to 3, or 5 to 6, every one, the energy is more than 31 times greater. Okay. So going from 5 to 6, it's only one number, but it's much stronger if you have a 5-point earthquake and a 6-point earthquake. Remember that when you're thinking about it. Even just a little bit higher is much more powerful and much more dangerous. So during an earthquake, what should we do to stay safe? So that will depend where you are. Are you inside? Are you outside? Where are you? So inside, if you are inside when an earthquake happens, you should stay inside. Don't try to run outside because that can put you in even more danger. You should go under something strong because it can protect you if things are falling from the ceiling. And, so I'll show you what to do later. Let's go on. So use your hand, one hand to cover your head, and another hand to hold on to something sturdy. And when you're choosing where to go, in the classroom or in the building, always hide in a place that is far away from windows. So when everything is moving, the windows can break and sharp pieces of glass can come down and potentially hurt you. So stay away from windows, here or there. And if you have a classmate or someone else who is in a wheelchair, help them to lock the wheels if you can. Outside, if you're outside when an earthquake happens, stay outside. And you should move to an open place if you can, that's far away from the buildings. The most dangerous place during an earthquake is next to the building. Inside is okay, and outside, far away, is okay. But if you're next to the building, things might fall down from the high floors of the building and fall on you. So you need to choose to be inside and outside, but far away from the edge of the building. And if you are in a crowded place with many people, go somewhere where you won't get trampled on. So during an earthquake, people might run around. You don't want them to run into you. So that's what to do during an earthquake. But But before they even happen, there are some things that we can do to make sure that we stay safe when it does happen. Now, before an earthquake, you can make your house safer by moving your bed away from the windows. So if your bed is right next to the windows and an earthquake happens at night when you're sleeping, the window could break and the broken glass can fall on you. So don't have your bed next to a window. Next is if you have some shelves, make sure everything is really secure, or at least make sure the shelves aren't next to your bed either. And do your best to make sure things aren't heavy and up high where they can fall down and hurt some more. And if something is really heavy or it will break easily, like a TV, make sure that that is secured. Make sure that it's not going to move around and fall down and break during an earthquake. And before an earthquake happens, or any kind of emergency, make an emergency plan with your family. After an earthquake, there could be some aftershocks or some shaking after the first earthquake finishes. So be ready for that. And also check your house for damage, especially damage to the electricity systems and the gas pipes. These are the two most important things because both of them can be very dangerous individually. Electricity is very dangerous and leaking gas is very dangerous by itself. But these two together are extremely dangerous because there can be an explosion and fire. Also, know where the switches are to quickly turn off the gas and electricity in case of damage. So here we are in the classroom again. Let's look at what we should do if there is an earthquake or we're in the classroom. So here's our table. You want to get under the table and one hand covering your head and your other hand holding on to the leg of the table for support. So here we are outside. If you were here during an earthquake, that wouldn't be safe because we're right next to the building and some things might fall from up there down here. So if you were standing right here, you should move over here because it's open and clear and nothing's going to fall down on top of you over here.